Hello and OMG, welcome back to my channel where today we have the series finale of the best setting powders when wearing a mask featuring Chanel's setting powder. So if you want to see what this luxurious one is all about, then go ahead and keep on watching. All right, so we are in part 4, which I am going to make as a series finale of the best powders when wearing a mask. And I have, of course, I had to end it with the Chanel, I don't even know how to say, I think it's in French, Poudre Universelle Libre powder, basically setting powder. I have it up right here on Chanel's website. I got this one at Macy's at the Chanel kiosk for $52. This one does come in 12 shades. It says that it's an ultra soft loose powder that provides sheer lightweight coverage, and it helps to even skin tone and set and perfect makeup for a natural matte finish, which is very, very true. I love this powder so much. The packaging is so pretty. You get the Chanel emblem, the writing on the back, and then I have the color 20 Clair translucent one. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do my face makeup, and then we will apply this bad girl on so I could show you guys why the Chanel powder is so luxurious. So we're back to looking like super pale. Now, when I film my right here, my T-zone literally looks like I put a bunch of like baby powder on my face. But then when I watch my videos back on my phone, I don't look as pale as I do on like my little camera's monitor. So if I say that I look super light, I don't know. I used my traditional Milani foundation with my e.l.f. camo concealer that I think is a little bit too light, but it's all good. So anyways, I want to show you guys the powder now. What is so nice is this is such a huge powder. I want to say it's bigger than the Laura Mercier one, which is pretty big, and bigger than the Anastasia Beverly Hills powder. This doesn't have a scent. Kind of just smells like powder. You get a lot. It's not as messy as the other powders because it's kind of deep set, like it has these ridges right here so the powder doesn't get everywhere. Now, of course, I just like to set my powders using just a regular brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this double-ended, it's a Luxie brush, and use the fluffy side, and I'm gonna go ahead and pat some on and then just apply it on my under eyes how I normally do. Like, it goes on so pretty. This is like the only Chanel makeup that I own, because this is expensive. This is a $52 palette setting powder. And I'm just gonna go ahead and stamp in the leftovers, because this one you really don't need a lot, as you can see. But you could see how like matte and blurred it's setting everything, even though I look like legit super white. Sorry about that. Totally used way too much concealer. And yeah. So this is what it looks like. You guys see how blurred it is? Just blending the rest of it in. So I want to get up close so that you guys can see how beautiful the powder set. It looks very blurred. There's nothing like setting into my lines or anything like that. Like, you have to get this powder if you are somebody who, you know, just like Chanel. I love Chanel. It's just very expensive. This is probably the most expensive powder that I own, and I try to use it like just for like special occasions or whatever, because it is such a beautiful powder and it's so expensive. But if you are somebody who can appreciate like luxe packaging, it feels very heavy. It's not as messy as the other powders, and it just looks really pretty on your vanity when you're showing off like the little Chanel logo. Then I highly recommend you get this. Also, if you are just someone who's looking for a really good powder and you don't mind spending the extra money, you can go ahead and get the Chanel one. Obviously, in my previous videos, I show you guys the differences between all the other powders, so you can kind of figure out which one is for you. This one is very finely milled. It's obviously very lightweight. I think as that was a description online. So I just love this powder. I think that it's something that go ahead and splurge on. I never recommend you guys to go buy expensive makeup, but this I definitely do. So for today's bronzer, we're going to be using the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. I completely forgot to use this palette in my video that I filmed, the best of Too Faced Cosmetics, because I felt like that brand kind of fell off. So I went ahead and showed you guys the products that I think are not looked at that are really good. And this was one of them. I completely forgot to use this in the video, but I like to mix all 3 of these colors for my bronzer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that because I want to show you guys how beautiful everything else goes on top of this powder. It's just super seamless. Beautiful. Blend that into the neck so everything blends in, and then I'm gonna do my cheeks. So nice. I like to blend this out. You guys see how smooth and just glamorous that looks. You guys see I'm getting rid of all of that super white look. I did do a bit of a harsher contour, but I was kind of going for that look. And then next we're gonna go ahead and do blush, which of course we're using the CAP Cosmetics blush palette, the Blush Me Up palette. I'm gonna go ahead and just mix a couple of colors. I did a bunch of videos on reviewing these Blush Me Up palettes. So if you guys are in the market for some good blush palettes, go ahead and check them out. You will not be disappointed. Look how beautiful. This just all goes on so nice over this powder. Everything just looks perfect. Luxe, just everything you would need in a powder. Oh, yes, so pretty. Okay, so this is the final look, and you could see how beautiful all of the rest of my makeup looks on top of this powder. Now, again, it is very expensive in my opinion for a powder, but if you are someone who has budgeted properly and you can definitely splurge and get this Chanel powder, then I highly recommend it because it is so finely milled. It lasts all day. When you put this powder on, it's so good that it's not going to transfer when you put on a mask. You could still get hot and whatever, and it's not going to get all crazy and separate your makeup. Like, it's seriously such good quality. So I hope you all really liked this last video that I made of the best setting powders when wearing a mask. Make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that bell so you do get notified of every time that I do upload a video. It's 2021, still wear your mask and always spread peace, love, and happiness. I will see you all in my next video.